is a extremely classified document dealing with religion, and it's about that thick. Period. But why would there be any classified material dealing with religion?
I want to go back to the religion thing. I want you to say it.
It's so far out.
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers, and that's how we're mentioned in the documents. That religion was specifically created so we have some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the containers.
The souls? Meaning?
Well, the souls or the bodies, whatever. That's
meaning like we're containers for souls that they're going to use at some other point.
Right.
And that they had something to do with different prophets and biblical figures.
Yes. There is a extreme.
And I had a drone on board, so I thought it would be a nice night to catch a sunset. I had the drone in my hand, and someone said, "What's that?" And we look up, and there was, I put it on TikTok, it looked like a black jellyfish, a gigantic black jellyfish, and it sailed right over the retreat, directly through the center line of the ship, right through our X and our stack, and just floated through. Thing was, we had no wind, maybe 5 knots at the time, but this thing was cruising along about 10-15 miles per hour, just cruised right over, and as it passed the stern of the ship, it went a couple hundred meters, maybe 300 to 400 meters, and then it started to descend into the water. But because it was sunset, we couldn't put a rescue boat down to go see what it was, but it disappeared into the water, and we have no idea. It wasn't a drone, there was no noise associated with it, so if you want to see our UFO, it's on TikTok.
What is? I thought it was the drone. No.
If it fell down, I could take like 2 steps and I could have kicked the tip of the left wing. It was like a gunmetal gray. It was probably about 20% reflective. The rest was more like a matte finish color. There were no seams. There was no bolts. There was it was just smooth fabric material, whatever it was. And on the bottom was like thousands of oval indentations, and kind of like a thumbprint. And in the little holes, indentations in a golf ball, similar to that, not quite as deep, but oval shaped, going lengthwise from the tip of the left wing as far as I could see to the bottom, through the bottom of the craft. I don't, maybe they were that big, maybe. The nearest light was close to me, and it wasn't a bulb. It was actually like a canister. It was like an opening, and I'm sure it was round, but then I was seeing it at an angle, so it kind of looked a little oval, and I could see a little bit of a ways up inside the canister, or opening, what you call it, an opening. And probably a few inches inside, there was a silver lining in the inside of that opening. It came out maybe about 2 or 3 inches, had a very sharp corner in it, and went up into wherever in the craft. And what was flowing down, it looked exactly like lava. It was like a very thick, viscous liquid. It poured down, and as it got lower and lower through the craft, it would slow down, form like a huge drop, and stop, and then then go back up into the craft, kind of like a lava lamp, but upside down and faster. And as sun was coming down, other was going up. There was probably, 8, 9, 10 big streams of it, and little streams kind of coming down, stop. And instead of like sucking back up into the craft, it looked like it fell. It looked like it fell up back into the craft. And it would just pour down, and other streams were pouring up. And as it was poured down, it would kind of fan out and get thin. And where it got thin, it went from orange to yellow. So there was a swirling effect of orange and yellow light from this. The orange was just like orange crush. And it wasn't reflecting light from inside the craft like a lava lamp does. Lava lamp carries the light from the ball in the lamp. This stuff actually glowed itself. And I was afraid I was going to get burned. I was so close, it looked so hot. And I just remember thinking, I got very scared and very concerned. Should I run back? What should I do? As it was flying about 30 feet over my head. So, but there was no heat. That's really odd. No heat, made no sound. It had no odor. There was no burning on my face. There was no burning in the nose. I had no taste in my mouth. There was no tingling on my skin. I was being very focused. Should I be concerned or should I not be concerned? And it was just like effortlessly just flowing by.
Anything. It's just that the face is the eyes.
So it's something that I've had to deal with for 19 and a half years.
For the first time in nearly 20 years, the Ariel school children gathered from the four corners of the world to talk to each other about the experience they shared that September morning.
I remember something there.
One they all still struggle to understand.
You know that it's moving, but I stand by what I saw. There was no reason for any of us to make that up.
It had big eyes. That's all I saw about
Jesus
big eyes.
is passing through Africa. That's what they are saying.
We interviewed about 64 children in front of the camera.
UFO story that happens.
It's just exactly what you want to say, okay.
Well, I was running and playing, and then I saw this maroon color in the sky. Why don't we follow it? We saw this, like, a silver thing down there. It was a silver oval thing that flew past really slowly. I saw the bigger one, and a spaceship, like 4 or 5 of them. It was red, green, and yellow.
There was this big ship, it had these lights, these petals, and it flew.
I thought, no, it's not a UFO, and then I looked carefully at it, and I thought, maybe.
Dozens of children said that one or more of the disc-shaped objects landed just beyond the far edge of their playground. The next thing they knew, something was standing next to it.
We saw him standing by the silver thing, and he had big eyes.
He had a big head and big black eyes and was dressed in a black bodysuit.
They were wearing pure black. And I came down and I saw the funny man with his eyes here, and I saw a spaceship, and there were a few little ones around it.
And if you could summarize in just one sentence what took place September 1994 here at Ariel School, Rua, Zimbabwe, what would you say?
Aliens visited us. And that's about it, yeah. And that's why if you believe it, you believe it. If you don't,
Well, he never said.
My name is Carl Wolf, and I was a precision electronics with a top secret crypto clearance in the United States Air Force. I was stationed at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia. In 1965, I was loaned to the Lunar Orbiter Project at NASA. They had problems with a piece of electronic equipment that was bottlenecking their production of photographs. I went to the facility, and when I walked into the facility, I was taken into the laboratory where the equipment was malfunctioning. Airman Second Class was in the dark room at that time. I was also an Airman Second Class. I was interested in how the whole process functioned, how the data got from the lunar orbiter to the laboratory. I asked the young man if he'd describe the process to me. He did. He said to me, in a very distressed way, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And then he proceeded to put photographs down in front of me, and clearly in these photographs were structures, mushroom-shaped buildings, spherical buildings, and towers. I worked there for 3 more days, and I remember going home and naively thinking, I can't wait to hear about this on the evening news. And here it is, more than 30 years later, and I will testify under oath before Congress that what I'm saying is the truth.
In the 60s, it wasn't just the Americans who were seeing flying saucers. At the Westall School in Australia, several hundred students saw an object hovering over this Powerline tower on their athletic field, an event they vividly recall 50 years later.
A student came into the classroom, there's flying saucers in the oval, there's flying saucers, and everybody ran out. And I remember the fear and the hysteria of all the students.
I couldn't believe it because what I was seeing wasn't possible.
It was vertical, horizontal, move away from us, back towards us, appear somewhere else.
My God, but it was exciting.
It was like that, and then all of a sudden it just turned on its side, and I could see that it was a round disc.
The children saw the disc begin to descend into this wooded reserve at the end of the school's running path.
I ran towards the corner of the school, jumped the fence and ran towards where it looked as though it went down into the trees, and then stopped dead because it was right in front of me on the ground. Like a disc with a slight rise in the middle. I also heard a low sort of a humming noise, and I felt a bit of a heat coming off it as well. And it started to take off pretty well straight away. It had all bluey purple lights around the bottom. Don't remember seeing any windows. And it took off to about probably 4 or 5 metres in the air, and then turned on its side and just went zoom straight up so fast that there's just nothing even nowadays that could go that fast.
During the 50s and 60s,
the Bayside Mall with my family, and we all saw exactly what happened. Don't pay attention to a lot of the videos that are out there. I feel like a lot of people are trying to use this for clout. But what happened, we all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. It's been a few days, and our whole family's processing it, but I think we've kind of accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment. So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, my sister and my nephew. We were looking for shoes for my nephew, and then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store just running out in a direction. So as soon as you saw it, we were like, oh shit, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd, and then about a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blankie, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew everyone. All of us stopped in our track. We, you know, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. I mean, there were other people running. You know, there was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching. Not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, you know, unveiled or whatever. Yeah, it looked like a glitch, man. It like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all three of them. And then, you know, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But, yeah, I was about like 20 feet away. Because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And, you know, they're tall. So we all just like looked at them. They were just standing there. And the thing that was a little bit weird, but it was clearly like observing us. It was sentient, right? Like, or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but, it was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd. And then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, like kind of like it started like almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother like immediately said, yo, let's go. He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's like saying, you know, where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Cause like when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. Like, I froze. And I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that and put it on WorldStar or whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different. Because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. Two people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is like, it ain't to like take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it gonna hurt me or my family? That was my first number one priority. So if you don't believe me, I get it. You know, it's fine. Like, it is silly. I'm sure that someone had footage from that night. If you did, please contact me just so that, you know, we actually have it. So anyways, as soon as the creature started moving, we all just jetted out there. We ran out the front doors. And, you know, obviously, like, we see a whole sea of cop cars, mad cop cars, where other ones were coming in. And we ran with our nephew, and then, you know, a cop stopped us. You know, they took us to a bit of a safer area behind the cars. And then, and they asked us what we saw, and we told them what we saw. You know, they wrote it down, and they asked everybody to check their phones. Not everybody, because there was mad people like running away too, right? They couldn't get everyone. So I'm wondering if someone's gonna post a video. But yeah, they looked through everyone's phone. I didn't record anything, so I was fine. None of us recorded anything, so we were basically free to go. But in the distance, you could still see, like, you know, I didn't see the beings come out the door, right? But you could see on the side of the building, kind of like that clip that everyone's seeing, that it was slowly walking. And it was like, it wasn't cloaking or glitching or whatever. It was walking. So I don't know if it seemed more like it was an interdimensional thing. Someone's coming into our dimension or whatever, a bunch of them. And I think, you know, that it was just interesting, the police response, because there was a whole bunch of them. This ain't for no teenagers. No, this was for something way bigger. And it almost seemed like the cops had like a already made strategy for it, because they surrounded one of the beings with like all their police cars. They blared it up even louder because you could hear that it was louder. Maybe as an attempt to like distract it or let it know like, hey, you don't belong here, right? And you know, they were trying to like slowly move alongside with it. But I didn't see anything else after that, because me and my family, we got out of there. We went into our car, we went home. Cause, you know, we had our nephew with us and we went and make sure, like, you know, he was okay. So I'm still kind of like processing everything. Like, it's weird, but at the same time, I'm glad that we weren't alone in seeing it. Cause like, it was a whole bunch of us that saw it. And it feels kind of like, you know, you're part of something like really big. But at the same time, it's confusing because like you want to kind of like show people. Like, I wish I took a video, man, like, because people are going to probably think I'm crazy, right? But yeah, I'm left with more questions. Like, we were all kind of left with more questions than anything else. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's aliens. I know everybody's saying it's aliens. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I saw something come in through like a weird glitchy, maybe a portal or whatever. And it was like they were pretty tall. You could see some facial. They were very dark, like and shiny. But I can't tell if it was like a wet shiny or like a metallic shiny. And yeah, and you know, long limbs. Long limbs, long fingers. They were definitely humanoid in shape, and shadowy. But maybe that shadowiness was like from a glitch or whatever, like whatever cloaking maybe they had like fell off. But yeah, it felt like something was coming into our world or whatever, like a fucking Stranger Things episode. But
all right, you just saw the incredible video of something weird in the sky that resembles some kind of metallic UFO surrounded by the LAPD, and right now I have the person who shot it. We got Tom with us, and he was in the Marina Del Rey area. Tom, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
I'm here.
Oh, right. Thanks for joining us. Man, you captured something quite insane, and you just sent it to my Gmail, and now we're talking for the first time within a few minutes. Well, what got your interest?
I noticed the helicopter was just circling nonstop for about, I don't know, I'd say like 12 minutes nonstop, just going around and around, and it just caught my eye. I didn't know what it was, like looking for somebody or something, but I walked out front and saw something that was really, I don't know, hard to say. I don't know if metallic is a good word to say, but something stood out really, really sharp.
оказалась на сигарообразном корабле. Ее посадили в кресло перед экраном, который показывал прошлое и будущее.
Я видела, я так подумала, что машина времени. В одну сторону крутят, они показывают то, что будет, а в другую сторону раскручивают, то есть очень большая скорость. Они показывают то, что было. И вся жизнь, получается, просматривается.
Потом НЛО полетел в сторону моря. Анастасия видела в иллюминатор побережье Крыма и знаменитую Медведь-гору. В ней открылась дверь. Внутри горы оказалась база инопланетян. Женщина увидела огромный ангар и десяток летающих тарелок.
Тарелки стояли как бы на опорах, а инопланетяне, вот они как бы, по них как бы там, можно сказать, лестницы там как бы были, они там что-то делали, ремонтировали, как бы чинили, вот типа того.
Look at this shit!
Oh my gosh!
Here it is again!
I think! Look! Look!
Here it is again! Here it is again! Here it is again! Look at this shit! Look at this! Look at this shit. Highway patrol. Hey. Hold on, man. Hold on. See that shit?
Let's get in the truck. Let's go.
Why is this happening again?
I know.
Let's go.
Did you hear them say danger? What the fuck? You got your truck right here. Does he have it right here? I need a paper bag. Motherfucker. Hold on, bitch. Don't you? Hold on, bitch. Don't leave me. Wait. Motherfucker. Sarah, some real shit going on here.
Huh?
Real shit going on.
Can you believe we just...
Is that the police behind me? They'll take the camera. Because they seen the video. Oh, Rico's coming out. Rico's coming out. It's constantly going on. Yeah. He's getting... Rico's getting the truck. We're gonna miss it again because it's a slow motherfucker.
Rico, hurry!
I'll meet you on the street, nigga. No, Vic.
No, you can't. We're going to the highway. It's on the highway.
We'll be back. We'll be back. Here we go again.
Not believe.
Here we go, a
this
motherfucker
is happening again.
Listen, listen. We were sitting there watching it, and all I heard was danger, danger, off the street. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. Here it is. 72 miles. Got 72, huh? Yeah, look at this shit up here. I'm going to eat. Here we are again. What's today's date, y'all?
Cops don't stop.
Hey. 10/27/10. Look at this motherfucking shit again. These motherfuckers got some real shit going down. Did you see him? Danger, danger. Move off the street. Hey, the police, what happened is... No, I see them. The first thing that happened is the police chased. They were running all through the fucking fields. That's when I grabbed the camera. They were running through the fields behind that. And they were like, danger, move off the street.
All you non-believers, if it's not aliens, explain it.
Explain it.
Explain it.
Yes, sir. Look at this right here. We got it this time, baby.
Again.
We got it this time, baby.
Oh my God. Go.
71 miles. Hey, listen, here's the thing. That's how police. The thing is, I ain't got no ID, and the police is right here to the side.
I ain't got no.
Oh shit, they're right behind us.
We got ID.
Okay. Police is coming up behind me. Fuck.
We got 9 miles.
Right here in the rearview mirror.
Video about to change me getting pulled over.
Police is.
Gosh, look at this convoy up here.
Hey, we gonna cancel this for a minute. We have to. We have to. We have to because the fucking police is behind me. Real close.
Oh my
Yeah.
He's going slow. It is that he knows. Like 617 and 217.
Police, baby. Yeah. Please don't turn yellow, please.
Don't turn yellow, baby.
Let's go. Look at this shit here. What is going on?
Oh my God.
What is going on?
Oh my God.
Hold on. Watch this guy. Watch this guy. Watch this motherfucker, man.
Watch. Oh my God. Sorry. Look at this. What are they doing?
Watch this. No, please say something, dude. Please, so I can flash this camera on you and they can be. No, slow down, Rico. Let him say something. This will be real raw. No, just let him. Please, slow down. Say something to me, please.
Hey, but be able to zoom in because this is unusual.
Why are they stopped?
We got a camera
Hey,
today.
they stopped right here.
Look at this.
What are they doing?
Look at this.
What are they doing?
Look at this.
They stopped right at the railroad tracks, y'all.
Hey, listen. I told you. Look, they're coming off the highway. Look, another truck.
What?
Look, they're waiting for the light to turn red so people don't follow them. Look. Look at.
They're making the light turn red.
Wait till the light turn red so we don't follow them.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
You hear me?
They didn't. Oh my.
Listen, all I heard was danger. Danger.
On the louds.
Look at this motherfucker. Oh my God, they're telling me to stop. Hey, no. Hold on, they're telling me to stop. I'm shutting this off. Stop, Rico. They're telling us to stop. Shut up. Look at, they got the post. There's shit blocked off up here. I'm trying to.
There's all kinds of them up there.
Tony, they're gonna.
It's a metal cage
with locks on it.
Yeah, with a big ass door. I don't know what it is.
Bars. Gosh.
Rico, you can be brave. I ain't brave. I know what's behind that ball. Shit.
What you got a mask on for?
Oh my gosh, they have masks
No,
on.
why would the fuck they have masks on?
He has a mask on.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this guy, man.
They have masks on.
They have masks on. That's what I'm saying.
What did they do? Hey, they've stopped.
Hey, did you guys know they have masks on?
I didn't know. We're gonna find out exactly what's going on.
What is this? Is she barefoot?
Sarah Gardner. Femme.
He's talking.
Exactly.
He's telling her.
Fuck, he's talking to the police.
I bet he won't tell her. He probably won't even tell her.
Oh my God.
Open the door. Let her in. Let her in.
Come on, we gotta get out of here right now. I'm serious. Go. Come on, we gotta get out of here right now. Go.
What happened?
Go.
What happened?
Go. The guy said get out right now. All these people gotta go. He's gonna come back and tell him. Shut the camera off, Isane. Isane, shut the camera off.
Look at this motherfucker! Can I get to this? Wait, how can I get it? Hold on. How can I get it? How can I get it? How can I get it? Turn this bitch around. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I can't get it. I'm trying to get this motherfucker. I'm trying to get it.
What is that? Zoom it right up there.
Say, get it. I can't. I'm trying. Motherfucker, see it? Big round motherfucker. Going straight to the cage. Straight to the cage, nigga. Straight to the cage. Straight to the cage. Hold on. Watch the police, motherfucker. Watch the police. Red sock. Look at this. It's landing over there. Hurry up, go. This motherfucker's landing over there. Look at, hold on. Look at the lights. Look at the lights. Get over there. Get.
What's it doing?
We can run this motherfucking light, man. Nigga, run this light. Nigga, get this some manhood, nigga. Run this motherfucker, nigga. Y'all say, hey, look at this. Look at this. Get it. I can't get it. Hey, hell no. Fucker here. Look at this motherfucker. Shut up, man. Okay, guys, shut up. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this. I'm trying to get in on it. Just hold on, I'm trying to get in on it.
You see how low it was?
Hey, look on camera. Look at the shot I got.
I see it.
That thing's going
see it.
up, whatever it's chasing, and it's trying to get to it real slowly.
This motherfucker jumping all over the place. Now, just so you motherfuckers can know, I'm gonna show you. We're very high in the air. This is very high. We've been chasing this motherfucker along the side of the police, yelling, telling, get off the road. Danger! Danger, motherfucker! What are you at?
Amen.
It's right in front of us now.
It's real tiny. Oh tiny. Whatever.
Hold on. Trying to keep it.
Star looking thing is getting closer. Yeah.
Go, get up, hurry up.
Ciudad Netzahualcóyotl, 26 de diciembre de 2018, 1:24 de la madrugada. El Dr. Jaime Lune Becerra y su hija tuvieron un encuentro con una extraña entidad, la cual bajó flotando del cielo sobre la calle y después parece caminar con unas extremidades que salen de su cuerpo. 2 cámaras de seguridad afuera del domicilio del Dr. Lune Becerra registraron cómo se desplazó la extraña entidad bajo el espectro infrarrojo. En un momento presenta lo que podrían ser extremidades y comienza a caminar. El Dr. Lune Becerra llegó unos minutos después y observó frente a frente al ser que se encontraba detenido cerca de un árbol. En compañía de su hija observaron cómo el ser comenzaba a regresar y entonces se alejaron y entraron a su casa.
Me llamó mucho la atención que al lado izquierdo, como a donde está el tope adelante de la casa, se veía una especie de esfera luminosa que subía, bajaba, subía y bajaba. Yo primero pensé que eran adornos de Navidad o que eran series que habían puesto, pero posteriormente me di cuenta de que, pues, que no podía hacer eso, porque de repente daba prolongaciones y luego se volvía a regresar. Y luego se volvió a regresar y daba prolongaciones y yo dije, no, pues eso no es normal. Me quedé viéndolo más o menos como unos 3, 4 minutos. Le digo, pues no sé, le digo, nomás pueden ser dos cosas. Le digo, ¿es una bruja o es un extraterrestre? Y cuando le dije, oye, ella se echa a correr y se queda ahí en la puerta. Entonces, pues yo le digo, agarro y yo tomo la actitud de acercarme un poco más. Pero cuando quise avanzar hacia allá, de repente, como en las películas que hemos visto del depredador, como que se camuflajeó como una forma, especie así como de humana, pero a la vez como transparente, no sé cómo, y ya venía hacia acá. Entonces fue cuando pues sí me dio, pues dije, ¿qué es eso? Y me eché a correr y bueno, no me eché a correr, pues ni puedo correr porque tengo problemas con las rodillas, pero me metí rápido y ella pues se cerró de aquí y yo entré por acá, por este lado.
Entonces yo vi como luces, o sea, sobre la calle. Como...
Ciudad Netza.
Esta es una llamada a todas las unidades de la ciudad de Miami. Esto es en Bayside ahora. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? 9:35 de la noche de hoy, 1 de enero, frente a Bayside. No sabemos qué está pasando. Bueno, para que sean testigos de cuando se produce una llamada a todas las unidades. Y las que vienen en camino.
Attempted intrusions.
So on 2 occasions, we had an alert that was called where there was unidentified flying object over Area 2.
This former security officer says intrusions didn't only happen in the sky. There were multiple incidents of bizarre shadow people seen in and around Area 2, including one dramatic incident from 1991 when security teams were on high alert.
This person was never found, but the airman that had seen this person described them as being really tall, like 7 foot, and like I said, moving very fast. It was very strange.
So when I got there, I was straight security.
Another Area 2 security officer, Chris Cabrera, heard the stories of shadow people, but didn't know if they were real until he had his own encounter.
And when I turned around, there was this black mass form. I don't know what you would call it. It looked like I don't even know how to describe it. Like it looked like a person, but it didn't have definitive like shape of a head.
Like vague, like a mist or something?
No,
or smoke?
no mist. It was black. It was like a dark blob, but it had like a rounded top, like a head almost, and almost like a shoulder.
As with the UFO incidents, the sightings of dark, unknown intruders were taken seriously at the time. Officers were on alert as they searched Area 2, but never found a trace of the running figures. Their commanders told them that, quote, it never happened. Investigator Robert Hastings says similar bizarre incidents have been reported at multiple nuclear bases, and none of the mystery encounters, either in the sky or on the ground, have ever been solved. George Knapp, any attempted intrusions.
Se trata de dron, ya por el tamaño que tiene, ¿no? No existe dron de ese tamaño. Miren cómo hace las luces. Obviamente que no se trata de dron, ya por el tamaño que tiene, ¿no? No existe dron de ese tamaño. Miren cómo hace las luces. Obviamente que no se trata de dron.
My brother phoned me from his farm and he told me you better swath all that canola down before it freezes up. So that's what I did. I went out to cut the canola. I went to the east end of the field because the field was opened up the night before. There was rounds made around the field, but this was, I had to go to the east end and finish that little corner off. So on the way down, I cut the field in half and went right down the center where that big slough is sitting there. And coming upon the slough, I come across these dome-shaped objects in the field, and I didn't know what the hell they were, but somebody told me that American hunters use these for hunting geese, so I never thought too much of it. Driving to the slough was the swather, so I got a little closer and I stopped because everything was moving. I thought, well, gee, goose blinds don't move; they sit still. So I thought to myself, well, I might as well get off to see what this contraption is. So I got off on the ladder side of the swather and I walked towards him and I stopped about roughly 15 feet away from the object because I could see right underneath through it to the bottom. The grass was moving and I thought to myself, what the devil is that contraption anyway? Because they weren't on the ground, they were off the ground. They were about a foot off the ground and they were sitting there going around in a circle. They weren't standing stationary. I thought the machine was stationary, and it wasn't. It was going counterclockwise. The grass was going one way, and the machine was going the other way. So I walked a little closer. I wanted to really see what it was, but it was moving. And instinct told me to back up. So I backed up to stand about at least 15 feet away from him. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of odd. It's going the opposite way. It's going counterclockwise. It's not going clockwise. It's going counterclockwise. Grass was moving one way and the machine was going the other way. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I thought, well, I wonder who the hell it is. Some joker probably playing a trick on me. And I was going to walk a little closer. And instinct told me to keep my distance. So I kept my distance and I walked around and looked at it. What the devil? There's another one on the other side. There were 3 in a row. One on the south side, about maybe 100 feet away. Another one on the north side, 100 feet away. And there was 3 in the center. All 5 machines. There was 2 on the end there. The 2 little ones were guarding the 3 big ones in the center. And it was sitting in a half-moon shape. They were sitting like this, all in a circle. Half-moon position. The others were sitting here. We were sitting here and I was here. Coming down to turn around, I was about 15 feet away.
I know you've answered this question a million times, but it wasn't natural. It was a machine. These were machines.
It was a machine.
Yeah.
It was natural. It was metal. You could tell it was metal. And
So
I wanted to go up to him and feel him, but instinct told me to keep my distance. Now you tell me, how in the hell they didn't land on the crop and they didn't land on the water? And right beside the crop, they didn't hit the crop nowhere, all the way around the field. There was one there, one this side, and 3 here. They never hit the slough, they hit the outline of the whole slough. The bigger ones were about 30 feet in diameter. They had a lip on them, like a bumper all the way around. And it was gray. Very hot at one time. When the metal was hot, and when it cools off, it gets gray. And that's the ring on that machine was gray. I'd say it was maybe about that far away from the dome because it was about that thick. And it was all the way around the bottom. And why was that end of the dome only gray and not the top end? I couldn't figure that one out. The rest of the machine was a shiny silver.
Like chrome.
Yeah, I'd say they were stainless steel because it was brushed, looked like a brushed aluminum. That's what it looked like. And you could tell there was rivets all around because when it was turning, you could see these little bumps going around once in a while. If you'd blink, you could see the bumps. Because you watch something in a fan, you look at a fan and you blink, you could make out the whole description of the fan. And when you're standing there watching with your eyes open and you go, don't blink, you can't make out what that looks like. You blink, you can make exactly what that fan looks like. It's like this, straight across. But this is the dome of it, right here.
So it was sectional like that?
Yeah, oh yeah. It was because you could tell the lip on this side was hot at one time. And up here there was just like rivets going around it all the way around. All you could tell, there was some compartments, but you couldn't make out what they were. And now, you know, you blink and you could see rivets. They were round. They had round tops on them. And they were going around. There was some in the top, some in the center, some in the bottom. The outside dome was chrome and that foot thing was gray. And the bottom machine had 4 pipes and they were huge. They weren't small. They were all around the outside. And that's what I think made that impression in the ground because it was turning. I said, the machine is brushed stainless steel. That's what it looks like. And I said, it's as shiny as could be. And it's that bottom lip is about 1 foot wide and it is not shiny. It looked like it was hot at one time. What I couldn't figure out why they were so close together. You couldn't get your hand between the two of them. But when you noticed this, you know, I was standing there and I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Your mind is trying to get this thing all unraveled, but it doesn't unravel. God, I was scared. I was just thinking to myself, they just come towards me. I'm history. And there was 5 of them, and there was only 1 of me. And gee whiz, you started to think, I was scared stiff. I didn't know what to do. You know, if somebody would have just clapped their hands, I think I would drop dead right there. I was so scared. But you know, it's mind-boggling the way it works. It's really mind-boggling. So instinct told me when I walked up to the machine to back up. Because have you ever had instinct tell you this? You walk up to the back end of a combine and there's something turning. And instinct will tell you to back up right away. It won't let you get closer. Or touch something that is turning. You stick your hand into a fan, would you? Instinct will tell you keep your distance. That's what it'll tell you right away. And a lot of guys says, well, how could you tell that? I said, I had something in the back of my head was telling me, keep my distance. Stay back. Dangerous. So you keep your distance. And it was cold. I had a parka on that day, gloves on, caps with flaps down, and it was so cold, I was shaking. And then you get towards this goddamn machine that's standing there, I was just gritting my teeth. What the devil could that damn thing be? And it's not a goose blind, because I know what they look like. And I said, well, this damn sucker's turning. Why would it be turning?
Did you hear anything?
No, no sound.
No sound?
No sound. All I could hear was the swaths running, and that, when you walk up to something, your mind goes blank. Because you're so scared that everything seems to. I had this echoing sound in my ears, and I thought, well, the swather ain't running anymore. What the hell? And it disappears out of your mind. Your mind is like a picture; it just stops. And I thought to myself, now what the devil? So I thought, you got all kinds of things going through your head, and you're standing there and thinking, and then all of a sudden your mind tells you better back up and go to that swather and get back on, and get the H out of here. And I thought to myself, well, I better get on the swather. I backed up all the way to the swather backwards. I didn't take my eyes off the object, and I got on the wheel side of the swather. And you think the swather would move? Engine was dead. Because when I got off, the engine was running. It wouldn't start, the ignition was dead. It was completely dead. And the engine was running when I got off of it. Because the ignition key was turned over to the side. And I tried it and it just would not start. So I'm sitting there waiting, thinking what the hell to do. What are you going to do? And that damn thing comes towards you. I'm telling you, I was so scared I didn't know. The whites, I could imagine my gloves, the whites, you could see all your knuckles, because I was sitting there just gritting my teeth trying to move, and I couldn't. So it was cold, and I was sitting there, I don't know how long I sat on that spot. I thought to myself, well, the gate is closed over there. How the hell, if I ever get this contraption started, I ain't going to stop. I'm going to go straight through that gate, and I'm not getting off. And it wouldn't move. It just would not move. It was frozen, like somebody just froze it to the ground. It would not. The engine wouldn't go. So I sat there maybe, I don't know, half an hour, maybe an hour, and all of a sudden the sucker started to lift off the ground. Now they were going up slowly in a step formation. The big one, like the three big ones in the center, took off first, and then the little ones followed. And they were just right over top of my head. And I thought to myself, well, now what the hell am I going to do? You look up, what the hell, now they're over top of my head, and that's going on in your mind. And you look up, and I said, no, they're too damn close. They're closer now than they were before. And you could see the whole bottom of that machine. Boy, what an outfit. I said, who the hell makes that? That's the one right there. But the dome could be a little more pointed, it was...
So was there an opening on the body?
On the bottom it was open. It was...
like a vent?
Like vents. There was about 4 of them. Here there was one in that corner, one in this corner, one over there, and one over here. There was 4 of them. That's all I remember. But they were huge. Now, they weren't small pipes. To me it looked like it was their way of maneuvering the machine, moving it. But when they were above my head, I couldn't figure this out. They were straight down. And how the hell they get from that slough over my head? I was 15 feet away, so they had to move over. So what drove them over sideways? And you try to figure this all out. It doesn't make sense. And then I thought to myself, maybe those pipes, they moved or something, at an angle to get the machine to move over. The pattern was like...
can you draw the underside of those things?
The underside was, well, let's say a round circle like this, and there was round deals like this all the way around. There were portholes actually, and when you look underneath them, there was more than 4. Because when I looked at from the side of it, it looked like there was 4, but there's more. I can't remember now. Is it 6 or 7? There was a pile of them anyway, but they all turn according to what that looked like when you look from the bottom up. And you know how the machine looked like in the bottom. It was like molded. You couldn't tell if there was bolts or whatever underneath. It wasn't, but it was like that all the way around, and they were on the outside only. The center had a big circle. That's all it had, and there was nothing out of there. But I could still see that as plain as day. I have nightmares about this bottom part. And then I thought, well, I better see if that swather's going to start. Still wouldn't start. Everything was dead. So I sat there some more, and they were sitting on one spot. They were just hovering there on one spot over top of my head, and the crop, it was flattened right out. There was crop on either side of me, and it was the pressure from the objects that were these machines running. You couldn't tell what the hell it was. It was just, all you could see was like when they got higher up, it was like a vapor, like you see behind a jet plane, a vapor, but you couldn't see it that clear. It was more like a fog, you know, it was thinner.
Do you think that was just the air, or was that something that the vehicle was pumping out?
Well, it'd come out of the ports, you know, it'd come out of these ports, the vapor. It was actually going down. As the thing rose up, it was pushing this vapor down. But
and did it look?
I couldn't feel anything. That's what I couldn't figure out.
Did it look like smog? Did it look?
Well, yeah, something like it.
Blue,
you know,
gray, or
how when it hits the ground, it sort of flares out.
Yeah.
That's what it was doing. But you couldn't feel anything. And you held your hands out like this, but you couldn't feel nothing. And I thought to myself, what the devil is that contraption? I still didn't know about these UFOs. I never even took a thought it was a UFO. But sitting there waiting, and all of a sudden they started to go slowly, and they just took off as a flash. There we go.
Out with the Inspector General, and it was less than, let's say, it was disappointing when they discovered how little he had undertaken to really try to find out about what was going on, what type of unconstitutional activities were being engaged in by the intelligence agencies. You know, and so now that they're getting ready to move to there's 12 additional witnesses that have been selected out by the Senate Intelligence Committee to proffer over to the House side. They had 3 of them lined up, but the questioning went on for so long of the Inspector General because of the disappointing answers that he was providing that they used up the time for that last Friday. So now there's three of the 40 witnesses that are now getting ready to be brought forward over at the House side, the Oversight Committee, and there's another 9 of them that are in line to start being kind of ushered in one at a time over to the House side to start putting pressure on the House side, since they're the ones that stopped the passage of the full Controlled Disclosure Act. And so what they're doing is they're rolling these people in, and they're going to start. They've got all 40 of them that are prepared to testify, and so that that's being choreographed right now. At the same time, the legislation is being drafted by the Senate Intelligence Committee and the Armed Services Committee over there under Jack Reed, and they're putting together the statute saying, look, if you don't want to have one whistleblower after another start coming forward and start making public the information that they're revealing, that you'd better pass this bill. That we gave you the opportunity back in December of 2023 to do it, but you didn't take the opportunity then. We're going to give you another chance. So look, here's the new additional part of the bill we're proffering. Here are the different witnesses that we're starting to roll into you. This is a very sophisticated program that's going on right now of choreographing the rolling out of this information, and so that the stage that we're in right now is the House Oversight Committee starting to educate themselves and the House Intelligence Committee members over there on that side. So they're willing to go to the mattresses, basically, against the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee and the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee to push them onto an island so that they're there all by themselves, and all the rest of the people on the House side are going to be willing to come forward and support what the Senate is trying to get to happen. So that's what's going on. That's why they were disappointed in just the testimony of the IG.
We got quite a few elements here. Let's see, we have boron, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, titanium, chromium, manganese, iron. Iron's a major component. Cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, germanium. The gallium and the germanium are indicative of the presence of meteoric iron. We've got arsenic, strontium, yttrium, it's a rare earth element, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum. Molybdenum's kind of high. That's the highest I've seen it in one of these objects, actually, 405 ppm. We have some palladium, which is also indicative of meteoric iron. There's quite a few precious metals like palladium, platinum, rhodium, and meteoric iron. Lanthanum is also a rare element, barium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, thallium, lead.
As you look at this, Steve, does it look like it's a cake mix of, they could have used this chemistry to build something here on the planet? I mean, is that could be a piece of steel fragment from something from my past?
Yeah, it
or?
looked like it would be very strong with iron mixed with all these different elements. 1, 2, 3. We had 53 elements in object number 15s.
Seems kind of complex just to be a man-made thing. I mean, do chemists actually put this stuff together to make steel objects here?
Yeah, this is a lot of elements. So we have a total of 36 elements here, so that is quite complex. Most industrial alloys don't have nearly that many elements in them. So I'd say this was an iron alloy with a significant amount of meteoric iron in it. Based on this, perhaps 25% meteoric iron, and then that same biological hard type coating on the outside.
You say meteorite, is it like carbon, like the whole universe is created with, or is that a common element? Meteorite?
Meteoric iron, like the cores of planets that exploded.
I think I'm still trying to figure out, you're the scientist, but what made that up that could be in my everyday life instead of the implant? Then a piece of a nail, just an ordinary rock embedded in my shin from the past?
Well, one thing that would be good to do when we get more funding is to just take a regular nail and analyze it in the same lab and see what comes up. But I can almost guarantee you there'll only be about 4 or 5 elements in it, and it will not have a complex structure like this. So I don't think there's any way you could have gotten that from.